Welcome back, Fantasy Pro Insiders, True Fan Sports. I'm your host, the Warden, with the co-host, the Guru. I'm going to give it to you live right here. Week 7 rankings, running backs, kickers, and defense special teams. Guru, let's kick it off, baby. Let's go.
All right, third time's a charm, man. Let's knock it out the park.
Let's hit it.
Number one, starting this week's running back rankings will be Derrick Henry. After blowing up all over on this past weekend, he's moved number one now. Number two, Alvin Kamara, the Saints. Number three, Aaron Jones, the Packers. Number four, Jonathan Taylor, the Colts, played at the 49ers. Number five will be Joe Mixon of the Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Number six, Darrell Henderson of the Rams going up against the Lions. That can be a feast for a lot of different people. Number seven, Leonard Fournette, moving up the rankings quite a bit this week. Number seven, the Bucks have played against the Bears. Number eight was a little bit of a question mark on his shin. Was Antonio Gibson of that Washington football team. Number nine, Darrell Williams of the Chiefs. And number 10, rounding out the top 10, will be Chuba Hubbard of the Panthers, and they're playing at the Giants.
All right. We're going to go number 11. Give me one sec, Guru. Make sure. There we go. All right, number 11. We're going to go Josh Jacobs out of Las Vegas Raiders. Coming in at 12, Cordell Patterson, my guy out of Atlanta. 13, Damian Williams back off the COVID list, so he'll be inserted back into that lineup. Coming in at 13. At 14, DeAndre Swift out of Detroit. 15, Damian Harris out of New England. 16, Myles Gaskin out of Miami. We've got 17, Elijah Mitchell out of San Fran. 18, Miles Sanders out of Philly. 19, Chase Edmonds out of Arizona, rounding out that top 20. This guy will get a ton of touches out in Cleveland with Chubbs and Kareem Hunt out. That's Ernest Johnson out of Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, that whole offense is going to be in disarray. They are going to be without Baker Mayfield as well. It was just reported tonight. So the opportunities will be there. Don't know what kind of defense he's going to be stacked against, but he should have the opportunities to put up some points for you. Right. Getting back onto the rankings here, number 21, Javonte Williams of the Broncos. Number 22, keep your eyes on this one too. They haven't ruled him out yet, Saquon Barkley. And if he is playing, you probably want to bump him up the rankings considerably. Mm-hmm. Number 23, Latavius Murray, the three-headed monster now of the Ravens. Number 24, Mike Davis of the Falcons. He's pretty much backing up Cordell Patterson at this point. And number 25, we have A.J. Dillon of the Packers. Look for him to get into the end zone this week. 26, the Chicago Bears, Khalil Herbert going down to Tampa to play the GOAT and all them fellas down there. 27, Melvin Gordon of the Broncos at the Browns, staying right there with the Browns. I believe Demetric Felton should have a decent game this week, especially in point per reception leagues. Number 29, Michael Carter of the Jets. And number 30, running on top 30, is the Raiders Just Win, baby, and Kenyon Drake.
Just Win, baby. Do it for Al. Do it for the Raiders. Okay. Coming in at 31, J.D. Mckissick out of the football team. 32, Mark Ingram out of Houston. 33, Kenneth Gainwell out of Philly. Followed by 34, keep an eye on this guy, Devontae Booker out of New York Giants, especially if Saquon can't go this week. 35, Jerick McKinnon out of Kansas City. 36, Jamal Williams out of Detroit. 17, Devontae Freeman out of Baltimore. Sonny Michel rolling in at number 38 out of Los Angeles Rams. Followed by 39, David Johnson of Houston. And keep an eye on this guy this week. Could be a sleeper, Rashad Penny out of Seattle. All right. That gives you your top 40 backs there, Guru.
Yeah, why don't we just jump ahead and knock the kickers and defenses out, and we'll come back and give the folks some advice on some running backs for this week. That's what all about.
Number 1, Justin Tucker out of Baltimore. Number 2, Harrison Butker out of Kansas City. Number 3, Matt Gay, Los Angeles Rams. 4, Vonshawn Koo, Atlanta. Number 5, Matt Prater out of Arizona. 6, Ryan Suckup, Tampa Bay. A lot of points this week against them Bears. 7, Nick Folk out of New England. We've got Brandon McManus coming in at number 8 out of Denver. 9, we've got Daniel Carlson out of Las Vegas. And rolling in at that number 10 spot, top 10 kickers for this week. Number 10, Zane Gonzalez out of Carolina.
Indeed, and getting on to the next 10 there, we're going to have number 11 is Chase McLaughlin of the Browns and over against the Broncos. Number 12, Randy Bullock of the Titans. Number 13, Jason Sanders. Number 14, Graham Gano of the Giants. Number 15, we're going to have Dustin Hopkins of the Washington football team against the Packers. Number 16, to stay in that game, we're going to have Mason Crosby of the Packers against that Washington team. 17, Mike Bagley of the Colts. 18, Jake Elliott against the Eagles. Number 19, Jason Myers of the Seahawks. And rounding out the top 20 is Cairo Santos of the Bears against the Bucks. And they may only see field goal opportunities. So it'd be a question for them to even get in the end zone this week.
Quite a few. We'll see, though. We'll see. You know, that defense Tampa Bay hasn't been the greatest, but you know, with the Bears, we'll see.
And maybe Allen Robinson can make something happen.
Well,
talent's there, just distribution's not.
Yeah.
And moving ahead to the fantasy kickers and defenses this week, or from the kickers to the defenses this week, we're going to go number 1, the Patriots at home against the Jets. Their whole offense is in disarray in the Jets there. Number 2, Los Angeles Rams at home against the Lions. Number 3, those Bucks we just mentioned at home against the Bears. Number 4, Carolina Panthers playing the New York Giants. Number 5 are the New Orleans Saints home against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, the Baltimore Ravens home against the Broncos.
Okay.
Or no, they're playing the Bengals. I'm sorry,
right,
I misspoke.
Right.
Number 7, the Browns are playing at home against the Broncos. That's on Thursday night. So make sure you get your lineup set. If you have Cortland Sutton or Melvin Gordon, get those guys in the lineup. Hopefully you don't have Teddy Bridgewater. Number 8, the Indianapolis Colts at 49ers. Number 9, Green Bay Packers at the Washington team. Rounding out the top 10. Again, just win, baby. The Las Vegas Raiders now. Las Vegas home against the Eagles.
All right. Rolling in, number 11. Hold on, let me adjust my mic there. Hit my mic on accident there. Number 11, we've got Miami Dolphins at home against Atlanta, followed by 12, Atlanta at Miami. 13, New York Football Giants home against Carolina. 14, the Broncos. 15, the Bears. 16, the Bengals. 17, at home against the Colts, San Fran 49ers. 18, Washington Football Team, followed by number 19, the Texans. And rounding out that top 20, number 20 this week, I think it could be a high-scoring game, possibly if to see a back and forth for a little bit. And at home against the Chiefs this week, that's going to be the Tennessee Titans coming in at number 20. Guru, that's your top 20 defense special teams. Let's roll back from some earlier conversation, Guru, about those running backs there. We'll give them a couple of inside scoops there on some running backs, huh?
All right. Well, I'm liking this week Damian Harris. I have number 15. Could easily outperform that ranking this week. Playing home against the Jets. Had his first 100-yard game this past week. And scored a touchdown. Had a decent effort. Also, Elijah Mitchell from the 49ers had a bad outing 2 weeks ago. Was playing through an injury. Only had 30 or 40 yards rushing. Kind of fell on his face a little bit. They had a week off, and now they're playing at home against the Colts.
Okay.
Who can be stubborn against the run. They sure put up a fight against the Ravens a few weeks ago on the run game.
Okay.
Tried everything they could to keep him under that 100-yard threshold. And then just mention briefly again the hot waiver wire pickup this week. There's going to be a ton of opportunities for him, and that's Ernest Johnson
Mm-hmm.
of the Browns,
Mm-hmm.
with both their top dogs out and their quarterback Baker Mayfield. Odell Beckham hasn't practiced. Jarvis Landry isn't 100% ready to go yet. They still haven't ruled him out yet, but he's going to have tons of opportunities to get his hands on the
Yeah.
ball, both
Yeah.
running and through the air. So hopefully he can put up a nice game this week for those who are depending on him. And then there's a couple of other notes. The 49ers, back to the quarterback position, the 49ers may have Jimmy Garoppolo available to them on Sunday. They were saying Monday and Tuesday that he might not make it back this weekend, but now they think that he will be good to go. And in our quarterback rankings, I kind of omitted Carson Wentz for whatever reason. I would rank him somewhere around 14 to 18, somewhere in there,
Okay.
depending on your preference, depending on if you have T.Y. Hilton or Pittman. You might want to rank him up, move him up a few spots
Okay.
in the rankings just so you get that combination, that hookup. You get the bonus for the yardage or whatever. If you do get those, then you'll want to bump him up. But Carson Wentz, I kind of omitted him from this week's rankings, and I did not mean to do that. So just throwing that back out there. And I don't know, you got a couple of running backs to throw the people's way.
Got a couple backs myself, Guru. I'm gonna say one guy I'm gonna be taking a look at as Damian. I'm sorry. I'm thinking. I'm thinking Kansas City, not Kansas City. I'm thinking Damian Williams out of Chicago, coming off that COVID list this week. He'll be back in that starting lineup. He'll take away some carries from Herbert, obviously, but Herbert could get a few more touches. But I think Damian Williams will get the bulk of that, even coming out of the backfield as well. He could be a good guy to dump some balls out to as I see them playing from behind against a stellar Tampa Bay offense. Another guy I'm going to go with. If you haven't put this guy in your lineup yet, I don't know what you're waiting on. It's Cordell Patterson. Okay, he's running, he's receiving, he's getting quick returns, he's getting punt returns. As I said, he probably next thing we know he's going to be throwing passes to Matt Ryan, Guru. So if you have not put Cordell Patterson in your lineup, ladies and gentlemen, do it this week. Okay, a matchup against Miami. I like that matchup. They're coming off a bye week. He's fresh. He's healthy. He's ready to go. Get him in there and let him do some work for you. So those are my two this week, Guru.
Yeah, that Patterson, he's been making the most out of limited amount of touches. I mean, he has been on fire. He's been getting huge chunks of yardage. He's been dropping them into the end zone. He's just been a terrific weapon for the Falcons, and they haven't had much to turn to.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Davis has fallen flat on his face, the running back position.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley's had his problems. He had some personal issues. Didn't make the trip to England with the team.
Mm-hmm.
He was out, so they just haven't done much there. But Patterson has carried the load for him, and hopefully now that Ridley's back, they don't shy too far away from him and keep him in mind because he's a dynamic player, man. He is phenomenal. And I wish the Bears would have been creative enough to utilize that. Unfortunately, Matt Nagy doesn't have it up there offensively. He just, he's unimaginative and yeah, unfortunately, it's not good. He doesn't have the imagination or creativity to utilize that sort of talent.
Yeah.
So hopefully, he's thriving in Atlanta, and hopefully he continues. I want to throw one more name out there, and that's Rashad Penny. The Seahawks, their running backs are all banged up. He's coming off the IR. He's fresh. He's ready to go.
Yeah.
And they say that he's going to be running the ball with zero restrictions. Okay. So if you need somebody to throw in a flex spot, or maybe even RB2, because we're so limited with the 16 on buys, you might give him a shot as well. And that's all I got for the running backs, man. That's it.
All right, Guru. Well, I think that wraps it up for week 7, ladies and gentlemen. We gave it to you live. We gave it to you full. QBs, receivers, running backs, tight ends, kickers, defense, and special teams. You get it right here. You get it first. Fantasy Pro Insider, True Fan Sports, the Warden, the Guru. We give it to you how you need it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for tonight. Hope you guys had a good one. Look at your lineups before tomorrow's Thursday night game. And good luck this week. Peace.
All right. Good luck, folks. Have a good weekend.